What's going on, guys? Back again with another question to answer. Shout out to Mike Lee for asking the question, how do I bulk? It's a very general question, but I'm just going to take it as you want to get bigger. So you want to get bigger, you want to start putting on more weight, you want to start gaining more muscle mass. And to do that, first you have to understand the type of muscle fibers that we have. So we have 3 types of muscle fibers. The first one is type 1 muscle fibers. Type 1 muscle fibers are slow twitch. They're mostly for endurance sports. So a lot of track runners, they're working their type 1 muscle fibers a lot. The thing about the type 1 muscle fibers is they have the least potential for growth. So they don't grow that big. They're meant for endurance. And if you think about the way the muscles work, the bigger they are, the more energy they use up. So that's why endurance runners like long distance track runners are really skinny, because their focus is on building endurance in the type 1 muscle fibers. The next type of muscle fibers that we have are type 2A muscle fibers. And these muscle fibers are the in-between between type 1 and type 2B. So type 2A muscle fibers have a good balance between endurance and power, and they really adapt to whatever your training makes them adapt to. So say, for example, this is why sport-specific training is really important, because it takes advantage of the adaptations from these type 2A muscle fibers. So if you're focusing more on strength and power exercises, the type 2A will adapt to that. If you're focusing more on endurance, the type 2A muscle fibers will adapt more to that. So that's where it's really important for sport-specific training is really, really important to take advantage of the growth of those type 2A muscle fibers. Now, the muscle fibers that we're interested in for muscle growth are the type 2B muscle fibers. They have the most potential for growth, and their focus is on strength and power. So a lot of bodybuilders, weightlifters, powerlifters, their focus is on building the type 2B muscle fibers. And they are the fast twitch muscles. So they're the complete opposite of type 1 muscle fibers. Type 1 muscle fibers are slow twitch, and their focus is on endurance. Type 2B muscle fibers are fast twitch. So type 2B muscle fibers... Type 2B muscle fibers have the most potential for growth, is basically what I'm trying to get across here. So that is the muscle fibers that we want to be focusing on. We want to focus on growing our type 2B muscle fibers. And the way that we're going to do that is through fast twitch motions, because they're fast twitch fibers. So say, for example, when you're doing a push-up, on the concentric motion on the way up, you want to push up as fast and explosively as you can see here. Or, even better, if you have the strength for it, start doing plyometric exercises. Exercises where you're just jumping or just exerting lots of power in a very, very short amount of time. So if you're doing, say, for example, clap push-ups are the perfect workout to hit the type 2B muscle fibers in your triceps, in your chest. And you're going to see a lot more growth when you start doing more plyometric exercises. This goes for the legs as well. Instead of just squatting and going slow the whole way, try going as fast as you can up during the squat. So during the concentric motion, you're lowering yourself as slowly as you can, and then on the way up, you're shooting up. Or even better, you can take it into a plyometric exercises. So doing plyometric jumps, vertical jumps, anything plyometric is going to start targeting those type 2B muscle fibers. So if you really want to get bigger using your own body weight or using weights, keep this in mind. On the concentric motion, you want to explode on the way up. Always explode on the way up. So that way you're targeting those type 2B muscle fibers and you're seeing the most potential for growth that you have. If you're working out in a manner that's using up your type 1 or type 2A muscle fibers, you're not going to see as much growth as if you were using the type 2B muscle fibers. Because like I said, those have the most potential for growth by far. They grow the biggest out of all the muscle fiber groups. That's pretty much it. I think that answers your question. Diet wise, you want to be eating healthy. Definitely vegetables, lots and lots and lots of protein. If your protein intake should be 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 140 pounds, you want to be eating around 140 grams of protein per day. Quick tip, just a personal tip. When I was eating a lot of almonds, I was just munching on them because almonds, I actually really enjoy eating almonds, so I'll just munch away at them. Any kind of nut, just find your favorite nut to eat, no homo, and just snack on those because they have lots of protein and they also have fats in them. And for some of us, especially me, I don't have enough fat in my diet, so once I start adding a little more fat, then my muscles have a little bit more room to grow. A big misconception is people oftentimes shy away from fats, but the thing is your body needs fats, especially if you've been shying away from fats and you haven't been eating stuff that has fat in it. You're going to be pretty skinny and you're not going to see as much muscle growth. So once you start adding fat to your diet, then, good fats, not like bad fats. Nuts have really good fats in them. I know avocados has some good fat in it. Just look up foods that have really good fats in it, and start eating those. And you should start noticing growth. You should notice an increase in your muscle size and your muscle density. And that's pretty much it. So just to recap, type 2B muscle fibers are the ones that you want to be targeting. They have the most potential for growth and they're fast twitch muscle fibers. So you want to be doing explosive movements. Whenever you're exercising, focus on being explosive. That way you're targeting those muscle fibers and you're seeing that growth. So clap push-ups, explosive jumping exercises, anything polymetric. Yeah. Polymetric exercises. Polymetric? What am I talking about? Plyometric exercises. That's the right word. So focus on your plyometric exercises, vertical jumping, clap push-ups, clap pull-ups when you get up there. You're going to see sick, crazy growth. And I hope I answered your question on how to bulk. So shout out to Mike Lee. Thanks for asking that question. If you want your questions answered, I post every day. Give you guys the opportunity to ask me any question that you want, and I will answer in a video just like this one. So I hope you learned something. If you learned something from this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, the comments below are always available. I answer all of my comments. I really appreciate all of the support you guys give me, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace. 420 Blaze it. Gang, gang.